Welcome to another garden vlog. So we had a few nights in the 30s, mid to upper 30s, and now we're back into kind of the 40s again and in the mornings. So it's been a few days since we hit those 30s. Now look at here, we still got some active annual Tithonias still alive, although there is a bunch of dead stems here, it looks like. It's so amazing that, the cold hasn't affected these papayas pretty much at all. Still actively blooming. Just wish we had something that would pollinate that guy, and maybe if we got lucky, we would have a mild winter and some papayas. Every day we're seeing a little bit more of the twisting of the pumpkin or squash stems, so should we harvest them now, or should we let other people that we're going to give these guys to harvest them? I don't know right now, but something to think about. So what are our biggest goals, and have we achieved them? When I think about like the most long-term projects we've had, it would be the pawpaw projects. I had ambitions and dreams of having like orchards, or an orchard of pawpaws, multiple trees producing lots of pawpaw fruit, and being my own little heaven on earth. Yeah, so that I don't know, maybe are those dreams shattered? Are we just still in wait and see phase? Could we still possibly see that? But there are also like shorter goals, small victories, and larger victories that we definitely would hope to see. Short term, I'm wondering why our perennial Mexican Tithonia hasn't bloomed. We've got 2 or 3 of these plants. This is the shortest of them, and we have a friend that lives a few miles away that has some that are like 12 to 15 foot tall and blooming every year. So that gives us hope that this will be a successful thing, because these are chop and drop plants you use to feed other plants. So if you got 50 or 100 or 500 stalks that are 12 to 15 foot tall, chop them, use that material to feed other plants, let them regrow, use the material again, and it kind of creates a hopefully forever supply of plant nutrients. So a big victory like this avocado here, is it going to survive our first winter? Is it going to survive multiple winters? That would be a big victory if we had avocados freely growing here without winter protection, without dying from the floods. So people, 15 to like 30 miles away from here have successfully done it, maybe in a slightly higher area where there's less flooding, but this guy's pretty high up off the ground using one of the local people, nurserymen's method of keeping away root rot and stuff by using aged wood chips, creating this mycorrhizal or whatever fungi to help keep away root rot. So as the wood chips or whatever decompose, the fungi, roots and all, just creep all throughout that material, leaves, bark, whatever you got there. And there is apparently a relationship between that fungi and it keeping the bacteria or whatever that causes root rot away. So it's no longer just, the flooding that is causing, or I should say, flooding may be all but alleviated, when you use this method. And now we have to worry about cold weather, I guess. So long term, is the avocados, are the avocados going to be, a success? That is a big success. Avocados are expensive. The grafted trees are expensive. So, if you keep putting money into trees, 40, 60, $100 a piece, and they die from flooding or cold over and over again, or you forget to bring them in if they're potted, or to cover them if they're a more tropical species or whatever, tropical plant, then your plants could be wiped out. So we need to have success in the ground. We also don't have time and space to bring 500 plants inside to protect them. This is kind of why a lot of people will do papayas, where they'll protect them 1 year or 1 season and then plant them in the ground after the last frost of the year. Fortunately for people that grow papaya, if you have those a single year success or whatever, you have a lot of seeds. You can replant your seeds and be good to go. Have you a big supply of papayas each year. You can't just plant an avocado seed or 10 seeds and produce avocados in a year or two, because they take so long to mature. You have to graft them or wait 8 or 10 years for them to produce from seeds, and hope that the quality of the fruit is edible, palatable. With citrus and citrus greening disease and stuff like that, the actual citrus industry is going to have to go through a total reset, I would say. Or, because new types of plants have to be bred or genetically altered or something to provide resistance to that disease. So it's not really a viable long-term option to just start planting citrus and saying, let's hope we have success. You can do seeds like I'm doing, but I'm not relying on that for anything. It's possible between the 8 and 15 years it takes to do oranges, tangelos, tangerines, grapefruit, citronella, whatever, that just between then and when the fruit could potentially mature, they could be dead from that disease. So we have to think of other ways to try to become productive. Also, I know I'm not doing this, but everybody needs to question whether they are utilizing everything they're already growing and doing. I'm not doing this. I'm not eating these pumpkin leaves, not frying them, not freezing them. I'm not making jams, jellies, and pies out of every berry. I'm not preserving every persimmon. I'm not cooking and baking with everything we have. I'm not canning and jarring, vegetables or leaves. I'm not drying all the leaves for herbs and teas and everything like that. So you probably have to get in a different mindset to do all of that. And it takes a lot of time, obviously, and quite a bit of money to, buy cans and jarring stuff and sugars and all that stuff. I wonder if we could trek through this wetland zone 1 here. There are mosquitoes out here. There should be some pumpkins somewhere in the vicinity here. I seen them a few months ago, but then everything got so overgrown. See if we can spot anything. So the other set of pumpkins we planted over there by the banana mound come kind of this way, and it comes all the way back to here and back that way. And a third set here that's still alive, but it doesn't look like it grew or did much of anything. Let's see if we can get a shot of it. That little patch there. So we're at that little banana mound. You see they got some frost damage there. I think around here we planted some of the other pumpkins, and I don't see any of the vines actually here alive. So it's possible it went around and some of the little legs or whatever may have self-rooted in the ground somewhere over there, because the vine is still going that direction. I see it, 10 or 12 foot that way, but nothing here at all. I also put some sunchokes here, but they're dead too. No sign of them. And actually, I think I do see a vine. Yeah. Let's see if we can home in on it. Right there is going. Okay, so that vine is alive. It looks like all the leaves left though. And now it's coming back over here. And it looks like it's taken a lot of frost damage. And I don't see a sign of the pumpkins anymore on it, unless they're on the other side of the fence there. We're on the other side of the fence. And I can't spot anything from here. Might have lost all the pumpkins on this vine here. Closer, and there is a vine going probably 10 foot or more that way. Looks like it's going to bloom again. But no. It might be just too exposed here to the wind and the cold weather. Nothing. And this is probably where it ends, right here. No sign of a pumpkin. I guess it's possible it could be under some weeds that we just haven't seen. I guess those pumpkins just weren't as happy as the one that grew Big Bertha. Maybe less nutrients, more kind of exposure to the elements, the cold. But where Big Bertha was, that area was full of composting, decomposing hay, goat pee, goat poop. That's where they got fed, that like 60-foot area for years and years. So lots of nutrients right there to feed the pumpkin. Anyway, that's not really what this video was going to be about, but then we went and started chasing pumpkins around. Back out here by the oranges. So yeah, goals, long-term goals, successes, victories, small successes. Everything is a win when you have some type of success, right? Your Mexican Tithonia hopefully blooms before it dies in the winter. Even if not, it's still chop and drop material. Pawpaws, obviously. We had like some excitement about hawthorns at one time, and the excitement kind of went away, especially with the mayhaws that have like a lot of like cedar apple rust or whatever issues, which means spraying them. Went hog wild on citrus at one time or another, and we had apples that did not really do well. We've experimented with plums, peaches, apricots over the years. While our pawpaw experiments are mostly on hold and just a wait and see if long term they just start producing. Right now, I guess the avocados are the biggest thing. We're waiting to see if they survive the winter. We're building Going to be building more raised beds to try to plant the other 2 avocado trees out. We'll probably do seedlings, avocado seedlings. And we may attempt grafting later. So, I mean, we don't need 500 avocado trees. We need really 2 nice trees that'll survive and pollinate each other and produce a lot of avocados. I mean, we're not going to eat 1,000 avocados in a year. We would have to like sell or do something with the excess, you know. So, like I said, just having that option to grow avocados successfully, that is a big thing. Natalie loves avocados. I love the ones that we had last year. We didn't have a whole lot,